Hi, Khushbu. Yes, you are perfectly audible. How are you?
I'm so sorry. I had to reschedule so many times, and thank you so much for being accommodating.
Problem, no problem. How was your week, by the way?
Good, good. Yeah.
Okay. So could you just to take this call in the right directions? I have few questions to ask. I hope you don't mind answering that.
Yeah, sure. It's. I hope it's okay if my camera is turned off
Yeah.
because I've
Perfectly
been
fine.
using my phone. Yeah, super. Okay.
No problem, no problem. So Khushbu, I just want to understand since how long you have been into the business that you have shared with us.
So it's a new business. I launched in March. No, I launched in April. April, May, June. That's close to 3 months. Yeah.
Okay. So, what are your current strategies to get clients apart from referrals?
I was with U Ability. I don't know if you know about this agency, but I had a VSL and I was running meta ads. So I was doing one-on-ones. I've had eight, yeah, eight clients so far on a one-on-one basis. And now I'm changing Ability. So now I've tied up with another agency again, and we're considering the challenge or a webinar model. So I'm not launched yet. I think it would take another month or so, to kind of set up the ads and curate content and stuff. So it would take a while, but yeah.
Okay. So did you get any success with those eight meetings that you have done?
No, not meetings. These are apps. These are clients. I've
Oh,
had more than, yeah. I've had more than like 15 meetings in total. Meaning 15 sales calls is what I've had, and then I've had 50% conversion.
oh.
Uh, so yeah.
So do you mind telling me like what did it work and like now why are you switching it and what's your goal now?
So to be
Right.
very honest with you, yeah, sure. Okay. I am into public speaking. So number one, I personally feel that it has like the practice needs to happen in a public setup. Like for public speaking, it's important for people to, have that kind of exposure as well, because as much as I'm trying to simulate that environment for them, still the nervous system responses that activate when they see other people staring at them, or when they are exposed in front of strangers or outsiders, I am not able to replicate that. So number one, I think group program would definitely do justice to that. Second of all, I'm also a manufacturing entrepreneur. So I mean, I have a family business. We are a 50-year-old legacy, right? So I'm managing that as well. And with one-on-ones, my major challenge was that I had to take these sales calls individually, right? And I would end up spending like a lot of time on these calls, more than 1 hour. Most of them would last for like 70, 75 odd minutes. So that was also not a problem. The major concern rather was no shows. So because the VSL funnel that I had, I was not charging anything to them, to come on board. Like you charge me 199, but again, the stakes are not as high as, I mean, you get what I'm trying to say, right? So there were a lot of no shows, and that was a little annoying and frustrating, to be honest with you. So yeah.
I see. I see. Okay. So what's your approach with the LinkedIn? What are you thinking? What do you want to achieve? What are you doing currently?
Sure. So I will talk about my vision for that.
Yeah, please.
I'm not too sure if you have an idea of, maybe you did go through the website and you do have like a fair bit of an understanding of what I do. But the vision that I have with regards to this is, so I definitely want to combine public speaking with neuroscience. And right now, there is no major player in this specific category per se, in this country at least, right? There are a lot of obviously communication coaches out there, and there are a lot of people who train brains and talk about neuroscience and brain training, so on and so forth. But when I talk about these two subjects, I don't see anybody combining this. So it is a new category that I've created, and whenever you're creating a new category, obviously you would like to own that category. So that's number one. Number two is I have a very scientific approach to this, meaning I've partnered with, it's not, again, it's in development, so you'll be able to see things live in the next 2 months, as in when I launch. But I've partnered with a neurologist. So he's bringing in like a clinical lens and testing and vetting the neuroscience behind the program. I've also partnered with clinical psychologists, so they're bringing in the psychological angle. I'm working with a voice coach, and I myself obviously have the credentials with regards to public speaking and championships and evaluation and stuff. So I'm bringing in that public speaking lens to this. So the idea is to have a team of experts uh, who vetted the program and bring in that clinical and scientific lens to it.
Okay, got it, got it. So have you done anything yet so far? Like, have you started building your personal brand on LinkedIn or reaching out to the people on LinkedIn?
So what I've heard, to be very honest with you, from what I've heard from usability folks, is that LinkedIn is very expensive for you to acquire clients. When I was running Meta ads, I mean, if I were to tell you though, not that I ran enough ads to tell you like the right CPC and ratios here, but from what I know, that LinkedIn is expensive to get clients, and I've not been doing any inbound marketing as such because, well, let's just say I'm a little lazy that way. I don't want to send out cold emails to random people. Not comfortable doing that. uh, yeah, so I've not explored that side of things. LinkedIn again, I've not. I mean, if you see my personal LinkedIn account with whatever that viewability has guided me, I've managed to revamp it with obviously AI's help, and then occasionally I do kind of set up calendar, uh, like set up posts in the calendar and then keep posting. But I've not been like a very regular person when it comes to LinkedIn.
I see. See, that's true that LinkedIn is expensive, but that depends like how you are doing it. So this call is not about running ads on LinkedIn. This is all about doing everything organically because there is no need to run ads on LinkedIn these days. LinkedIn algorithms works very differently than your Meta and then your Google ads. So you don't need to
Yeah.
run any ads to acquire clients on LinkedIn. I've been using LinkedIn, I think, 7, 8 years now. And I've got so many inbound leads from LinkedIn without running any paid ads. So, and the quality of leads that I've got, it's like commendable. I got appointed 2 times as a CMO of the USA based company and 1 time as a CMO of a student based company as well. And then there are multiple leads that I've converted, right? So it all depends like how you post content with whom you have connected, with whom you want to connect, and then whether your post is reaching the right audience or not. That is all about how LinkedIn works. And then that's true. Even I was lazy as well, where I didn't like to reach out to cold audience, like either through emails or through Insta DMs or through LinkedIn DMs. But that is one of the strategies that we have to do to get clients apart from the inbound lead because you can't depend entirely on the inbound. That convert faster, that brings you high quality of leads. But the only problem with that is that like you can't control the quantity. So that's a one thing. So now, uh, if I ask you, since you're already running paid ads on Meta and then you are changing your approach as well, so you probably have an idea in which direction you want to go ahead now. So do you think having a personal brand on LinkedIn will gonna actually help you out in your business?
No, 100%. See, the brand that I'm building, as I said, if I were to look at other brands from my niche or from my industry, everybody has a very strong LinkedIn presence. And I'm a believer of, again, I'm not looking at like an overnight success where, I give you 10 days and you get me 1 million followers. That's not happening, of course. I understand that it's a long term game. And my vision definitely is to build that presence on LinkedIn as well as on Instagram. Uh, yeah, so I think it is important.
Okay, perfect. So, Khushbu, I do have a solution to the kind of situation that you are in to, to build your personal brand on LinkedIn and to get you the right kind of metrics that you actually want to chase. Instead of just the vanity metrics, we actually chase the revenue metrics, right? So let me just share my
Oh,
screen and let me just bring you that how we work and what kind of business structure we have and how we can accommodate into the business that you have. So my system
okay.
have around 4 steps, where in step one and step two corresponds to your building a person brand on LinkedIn. And when I say the building a person brand on LinkedIn, so what we do, so we executed these first 2 steps on many profiles, and on the profile that I wanted to show you is this one. So his name is Anuj Arya. He's a director of Clearfast Air Cargo Limited, and he is into the import and export business. When we started working with him, he had zero connections. And I'm talking about the
Okay.
February of this year, right? Today, I
Okay.
think he has somewhere around 2758 connections to be precise. But the main thing that you should look at is not this one, but this one. If I go into the impressions part, so in the past 7 days only, he has got 13,741 impressions. And if I just filter on the basis of past 90 days, so we have got 2,62,600 impressions, all organic, nothing paid. And the main thing that
Okay.
you should look at is the audience, because he is into the logistics department, the import and export business. Hence, 59% of impressions are coming from this industry. That is what we aim at.
Okay.
So we always make sure that whatever content we post with whoever we connect, that should always bring the right audience. At the same
Okay.
time, 25% impressions are coming from the senior level people, which is at the CXO level people. Right. So
Okay.
we are not just chasing the numbers, we are actually chasing the quality, whether we are able to get to the right attention or not. And this is all about the step one and step two, wherein we optimize your profile completely, in which we optimize your banners, we identify the positioning that we need to give it to you in the form of the headlines, in the form of the banners, and then comes your about section, because this is where everybody gets confused. And this is a very important part where you just don't need to talk about what you do, but you need to clearly mention that like how you help others. So that's a transition that you need to do instead of just talking about yourself. And then comes your activity section and then the experience section. Right? So this is where we help you optimize your banner completely. And then comes your content visibility, in which what we do, because we have no idea who you are, what you do. Just by talking to you for 30 minutes, I don't think so that I will get to know about your brand tone, your brand voice, right? So this is the reason why whenever we work with any client, we always give them this questionnaire. Not the same one, but kind of look like this one. The reason behind this is that not every business is same. That is why we don't share the generalized questionnaire with everyone. Right? So once we do that, after that, once you fill it out, which takes somewhere around 30 to 45 minutes, it's a one-time job, not every day or not every week. Once you fill that, after that, we get to know who you are, what you do, who's your ICP, what are their pain points, how you solve those pain points, and how you are different from your competitors. Everything is what we are going to ask you about your business. The moment we get this answer, after that, we are going to take this information and then we are going to combine it into a content calendar that will help us build your brand on LinkedIn. But a content calendar is not something where we just post. We basically analyze every other time so that we can identify what's working and what's not working. And this is the reason why we identify different pillars for the week. These
Okay.
pillars at the end of the month help us understand whether the content that is going out is actually bringing us the right engagement or not. And if it is, then which is that pillar that is bringing us the highest engagement and which pillar is bringing us the lowest engagement. And that's how we take the decision either to scale that pillar or to kill that pillar. And then
Okay.
we divide these pillars into the funnel called top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel, because we need to identify when we are chasing vanity metrics and when we are chasing revenue metrics. Right? Now comes a
Okay.
very, very important part, which is the content idea. So we make use of the obviously the information that you provide to us, but we convert that information into the ghost writing. So we can uh, put you into the shoes of your ideal customer, and then we want to establish you as the go-to person in your domain. And that's how we win their trust by talking the similar situations that they are in and what you have done in those similar situations 1 year back, 2 year back, or maybe 3 years back. That's how we build the personal brand. And then try out different formats of LinkedIn. We have the sections like static plus image, carousel, poll, video, and text only. So not on every profile, everything works. This is the reason why we keep on testing. For example, if I just show you very quickly, then if we go into the Anujarya's account again, then look at this one. Today we posted this 4 hours back. We used the image of Anuj Arya and then we designed it. And then so far we have got 90 impressions. Yesterday we posted this in which there is no image of Anuj Arya, and then we made use of this kind of design, and then we got 145. But if I just scroll down, for example, like look at this one, a plain image with just the main keywords on the image, and then the Anuj Arya is there, 5327 impressions, right? Then the raw images that we had about the business that Anujarya is in, 1472 impressions. Then one more thing that I wanted to bring your attention towards is this one got 20,000 impressions, but I wanted to highlight. There was one post in which there was no image, right? And that post attracted, I think, somewhere around 20K or maybe 50K plus impressions. Yeah, 50K plus. No image, 4 weeks back, 159 engagement, 31 comments, 17 reposts, and 52 impression, 52K, 52,000. So this is where we keep on testing out the different formats that are available on LinkedIn. And because we are building a personal brand, so this is very important for you to keep an eye what is going out and what is not going out. Oh, strange. Oh, sorry. I thought I got logged out. Yeah. Once. By any chance, have you heard of this CRM called Trello, Kushbu?
Yes, yes.
Oh, perfect, perfect. So, Kushbu, how we make use of Trello is that like we have the sections like to do, approve, rejected, needs improvement, and posted. Wherein, if you expand any card in the to do section, you will be able to see the content of that day along with the creative that we have designed. Right now, if you like this content along with the creative that we have designed, so if you just expand it, you will be able to see the design as well. So if you like this, you just have to move it into the approved part, and that way we only post content that has been approved from your side. And you don't have to do every other day. We give you in advance the 30 pieces of content. Whenever you get time, you just approve it and we will take care further from there. Right. And then we also give the section where you can reject the content if it is not meeting your standards, no questions asked. We will just entirely replace the content, whichever you have rejected. And then comes a need improvement wherein you just have to share your feedback. For example, like sometimes what happens, you like the content, but there are some minor changes that you need to do and you don't want to replicate it in the future to save your time. So you just leave your feedback in the comment section and that way my team will get to know what we need to change and then they act accordingly. So this is where we make use of CRM. So everything remains in your control. So nothing goes out without your permission, right? And as I said, visibility does not happen just by posting, posting, posting. It happens when you also engage with your ICP. So for this fact, you know what, we don't just randomly go on LinkedIn and then we just identify the post. That is not the right approach because this is going to take a lot of our time. For example, like from Anujar's profile, we engaged with this person just 1 hour back only. This was the comment that we did. And if I just keep on scrolling, then uh, this person, Elena Jhao, we engaged with her content again, which is into the similar industry. This was the comment that we did 1 day back, and then we attracted 30 impressions. The same time, if I just scroll more down, we engaged with president. This was the comment that we did, 62 impressions. But no, this is not how we do it. What we make use of is social listening. You understand what is social listening, Kishbu?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Perfect. Be very easy for me to now to make you understand this concept. So what we do, we monitor selected keywords, which we all know as a business owner that like these are the keywords that my target audience might be using on LinkedIn. Now, whenever someone mentions these keywords on LinkedIn, does not matter whether you're connected with that person on LinkedIn or not. Even if it is your third-degree connection, it is gonna work. And we are gonna get the information like date when the content was posted, author, who posted that content, and the link to the LinkedIn post. And then my intelligence system will visit gonna that LinkedIn content. I mean that LinkedIn post, and then it will gonna read the content. As you can see, there are just 2 lines, right? So my team might have rejected this. Yes, they have rejected already. But this is not relevant to comment, right? Then let me just open another one. Yeah, for example, like this one, and then my team will again verify whether this post is worthy enough to comment or not. And as you can clearly see, they have rejected this one as well because this is not making any sense. They're just promoting their own product. So that's how we identify the post. And then by using the 7 frameworks that I have, it makes use of one framework to write the comment. And that's how we do the engagement part. And all the comments that we do, it's not in just one single direction. One single direction as in not every time we are just asking question, or not every time we are just sharing our POV. This is the reason why I've given a 7 framework, because by using a 7 framework, it identifies which framework is best suited for that LinkedIn post, and then it make use of one framework, and then it writes a comment, and then my team will manually verify whether that post is worthy enough to comment or not. So that's how our engagement activity works. And we only
Okay.
engage with the recent one, not with the older one. For example, as you can clearly see, today is 21. We got so till now 5 LinkedIn posts to comment on. And this was the keyword through which we got these posts. And then my team has already commented under it, and they have already marked whether this is a page, or whether they have posted a comment, or whether it is a non-relevant. So we only engage with
Okay.
the recent one, not with the older ones. That's always the strategy, because that's how we get you into the eyes of your ideal customer. If you start engaging with the, let's say, 3 month back post, or maybe 1 month back post, that is not going to give you any impressions, or anything at all. So if you're spending even 5 minutes, we have to make sure that like those 5 minutes is actually going to give you some kind of business. Right. So this is how we build your entire brand on LinkedIn, by making use of step one and step two. Are we clear till now?
Okay. So it's one post a day. That's what you plan, like
Yes.
in your content calendar. Okay, got it.
See, that is completely your call. We give you the freedom. So we post 6 posts in a week. But sometimes what happens, founders don't want to post this much. They want to limit the frequency. And when that comes, then we can always have that option where we can limit out to 3 posts, 4 posts, or 5 posts, whatever number you want to go in. But yes, since you are going to build your brand, so I suggest you that like let's start with 6, and then we also do 10 to 20 comments a day,
Okay.
every day, not just one single week, every day. So that's how we basically get you the highest.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Now comes the next part, which is the outreach, where our process is not simple. I'm not gonna identify the audience just on the basis of few keywords. Let's say if I ask you, Kushbu, who's your ICP on LinkedIn? What headlines they use? What is their industry?
Sorry, what's ICP?
ICP is ideal customer profile.
Okay, okay. So I usually target founders, entrepreneurs, or corporate professionals, like senior director.
Okay. So let's go with founders. Any specific industry that you want to target?
I I used to target finance. Yeah, so we could go with finance.
So let's go with finance, industry, financial services, and any location, or India is good.
It's virtual, so India is good. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, India is okay. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So now I'm getting a list of, let me just refine it more, because, yeah. So now I'm getting a list of all the people who are the founders, and they are from the finance industry, right? According to the filtration that you have to. So on the basis of this, LinkedIn is telling me that like Rohan, you can reach out to these people, but wait, I'm not gonna do that immediately. What I'm gonna do next is I am gonna scrape the LinkedIn profile URLs from this LinkedIn search. That's the first activity that I'm gonna do. Okay. After that, once this is done, then from every profile, I'm gonna scrape the information like headline, country, city, company, website, and company link. All pieces of information I'm gonna scrape from their profile. And once this is done, I'm also going to scrape their last 30 days activity on LinkedIn for every individual profile. Reason? Because what happens when someone is in the buying stage, either they post about it that I'm looking for this, or I'm hiring for this, or they start interacting with the similar kind of post. That's how we get to know the intent of the person, whether that person is in the buying stage or he is in the window shopping stage, right?
Yeah.
So this is the reason why we scrape the last 30 days activity on LinkedIn. And when we scrape it, we match it with your service. If the intent gets matched, the person becomes qualified. Otherwise, the person becomes not qualified. Okay.
Okay.
Now, once we get a list of all the qualified people, after that, we scrape three important information from their profile. One is recommended action, second is outreach angle, and the third one is notes. Recommended action means what action you need to take on that profile. Outreach angle means how you should initiate the conversation, and notes that it complements to the message, right? And then we combine these three pieces of information together to get a super personalized and outreach messages. So for every prospect, we write a customized message. We don't use copy pasted templates because that's not how you can grab the attention of the other person, right? And once we get the list of all the messages that we need to send out, then we send a connection request manually. Once they accept it, we send them the outreach message that we created. And then once they reply back, then we monitor the statuses like whether they have replied positively, negatively, or neutral. That's how we get to the people who are interested in having a conversation with you or wanted to buy your services.
Okay.
And with this approach, because which is a very strategic approach, so we are delivering bare minimum 5 to 10 inquiries a month by reaching out to 400 to 600 people in a month. Because the safer limit on LinkedIn is 20 connection requests per day. We never exceed that. So
Okay.
that makes 600 people in a month. And we try to achieve it. But what happens is that because LinkedIn works differently for every LinkedIn account. So we can't tell you whether LinkedIn is going to allow us to reach on your behalf like 600 people in a month or not. This is the reason why we always say 400 to 600 because this cap is on the basis of your account.
Okay.
Yes. So this is how we do the outreach process on LinkedIn, which is all about step 3 and step 4.
Okay.
Any questions so
Okay.
far?
Uh, no, so I'm just trying to understand because I've stopped the one-on-one model at the moment. So, is there an option where we can only consider like the first two things?
Yes, we can. This is the reason
Okay.
why I've divided all the steps, like what is the meaning of the first two and what is the meaning of the last two. So I'm completely okay even if you want to go ahead with the first two because in your case, since you are starting up, even I wanted to offer you from my side, like there is no point of going ahead with the step 3 and step 4 at this point,
Yeah.
right? So even
Okay.
I'm going to suggest you that like start with step 1 and step 2, build your brand, make sure that like your content is reaching to the right audience, engage with them, and once you feel confident, that is when, if requires, you can also go ahead with the step 3 and step 4. But I don't think so that like that stage will come up because the kind of business you are in right now where you are running the meta ads, the people are gonna check you on LinkedIn for sure because you are targeting the CXO level people and they need to see you who you are, not just on the basis of your Instagram, not just on the basis of your Facebook profile, but also on the basis professionally. And all the professional people are active on LinkedIn.
Okay.
So this is where like you need to have a very good presence. And it doesn't matter whether you're doing outreach or not. So for you, presence is something that will actually drive you more results indirectly.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Is there any account that you've worked where you've helped them gain visibility? I'm talking about vanity metrics because, as you rightly said, there are people who 100% check out my profile. I mean, out of the sales calls that I've done, at least 80% of them mention that, yeah, we saw you on LinkedIn. So, is there an option of, yeah, like focusing on uh, visibility and followers?
Uh,
Or if you've worked with anybody like this in the past and you've helped them grow their reach and followers.
See, yes, we are still working with many clients, not just one. For example, let me just bring you up. One Anucharya I've already shown you, right? There is another person called Devesh Singh Rathore. Not sure if you have heard of this. By the way, Khushbu, where are you from?
Mumbai.
Nice, nice. I've been to Mumbai, I think, 7, 8 times, or maybe more
Okay.
than that. Yeah. So we are working with this Devesh Singh Rathore. He's a CEO of EduMinds Learning, CEO of Publication X, and then the director of Newses. So this is where we helped him like rebuild his entire LinkedIn profile, and then the content that is going out right now, it is entirely from our side. So we are building his brand on LinkedIn at the same time. And then we are working with this person called Sergey. Sergey is based out of Spain, but he has moved to UAE now. I think last month only. We are working with him. That is why we I know all these things, and he's a owner of a company which is called XI, which is like $18 million company, right? Again, everything that is going out through his profile, this is all because of us. So you can check out his
Got it.
profile as well. So we are building his personal brand only. That is what we are aiming at, right? And then we also started working with this person called Anna. She is not from your industry for sure. She's from the finance industry. And
Okay.
again, everything for her, we are not just doing the brand building, but also the outreach. So
Okay.
everything is going,
Understood.
and then the kind of content that we are putting out, it actually helping her to get inbound leads. So she told us that like Rohan, I've actually got two inbound leads and I've converted both of them from the UK. Right. So
Got
again,
it.
the
Okay.
every content that is going out on her profile, even the engagement that we are doing, that is bringing us the right kind of engagement. And then there is one more lady, Tejaswi Thu. Oh, I'm not sure what's Tejaswi. Just stop my screen for a sec. Just Yeah, Rajasvi Thomo. So she's the founder of Pangy and Co. Again, we
Okay.
started working with her when he had zero connections, zero, right? And so far, she has got very, very good engagement on her profile. You can clearly see the kind of content that is going out. And she is very, very concerned about what images we are using, what content is going out, how we are portraying it, how we are portraying her information. She's not comfortable sharing her images, although we have asked it many times, but that is completely her call. But we always suggest her that like please go ahead with by making use of your face, because that's how we build the brand. And then there was one more person. His name is Harmeet Kelly. So Harmeet Kelly is a sales coach. So this is where we help him build his brand on LinkedIn again. And he was not active prior to us. He had some connections. I'm not sure how many, but again, you can look at the content that we have posted on our behalf. So this is where we help a lot of people, and there are many more. Not just these which I mentioned you on this call, but there are many more.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Sure. No problem. Yeah.
Any questions, Kushbu?
No, if you could explain the commercials now. What is the monthly retainer and how
Uh,
do you
okay.
work?
So the monthly retainer in this one will be 20,000 rupees per month.
Okay.
Yeah, wherein like 6 posts a week, I mean the one post per day, along with 10 to 20 engagement per day. And then your
Okay.
entire um, the the setup process, which is the profile optimization part, is included.
Okay. Is there a lock-in, like a minimum lock-in? How does the payment plan work?
We work in the 100% advance payment, right? And if you want to do a maybe 3 month contract, then we can go ahead with some negotiations. But if you go ahead with the monthly plan, then the 20K is something that I have to offer.
Okay. Understood. Okay. Okay. And so I can go for a monthly plan as well, right? I mean, there's no minimum
No,
of
no,
3 months. That
no,
got
minimum.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, understood. Do you have any other questions? No, so do you have any minimum guarantees as such? Because I know somebody who had told me that they, again, their commercials were slightly less than yours, but then they had a promise of hitting 100,000 K views in like the first month. And if that
How
doesn't
the
happen, then
impressions?
impressions, yeah.
Oh, okay. I will warn you. If someone is claiming you for this, then don't go ahead. I'll tell you the reason why. See what happens on LinkedIn. I'm not sure whether you have heard of it or not, but there's an engagement board. Have you heard of it?
No.
Okay. So there's a concept, there's a strategy, which is the engagement board. In the engagement board, what people used to do is like they used to get comments from the irrelevant profiles in that from their connections. And every other person is doing this activity right now. This way, you get the engagement on your content, you get likes, you get comments, and then more people notices you. But all those engagement board come from the irrelevant audience. So that way, anybody can deliver you the impressions, but those impressions are not gonna help you in the long run. By the time you end your contract with them, everything will be gone. You will see that like after you have ended the contract, no likes are coming on your post, and then you have to start everything from scratch. And this I have faced personally. Like many times, my clients have been into this trap. And LinkedIn has a clear policy where it says like if we find you that you are a part of engagement boards, we can ban your account. They have a clear policy. And this is where we are very different. We never make use of engagement board. Even if we get one like, we tell clearly to the client that like, no, we are not going to promote this activity because that is something illegal on LinkedIn and LinkedIn is very strict about it. Now, the benefit of this is let me just share my screen again. You open any profile, any example that I have shown you, right? I'm going ahead with the Anuj Aryas, but you open any profile. I can bet for this. So now if I go into the show all post section, and then if I just scroll down wherever you want to, right? For example, like let's go with a post which has somewhere around 3, 4 comments only. This one, right? I'm picking a very random post. This one. Now look at this. Let me just do it with most recent. You see, this person, Hemant Agarwal, is a founder of helping supply chain. He's into the same business that Anuj Arya is in. I can't convince him to comment under his post. Corporate internal auditor, again to the same department. I can't convince him to comment under this post. Now, let's pick another one. Anyone that you want, or I can pick from my side. 4 posts, 4 comments. Now, look at this one. This is the same person, but let's just refresh with most recent. Joe's Coronach. Freight forwarders hire me when referrals stop being enough. Hemant Agarwal is again here. Right. So in all the posts that we have, all the engagement that is coming from the different people, that is coming from the relevant ones only, not from the irrelevant ones. This Ashish Sharma, he's into the logistics. This Vikas, again to the logistics. Sudhakar, again to the logistics. Shravan, Vice President, again to the logistics. Yogesh Raj, Executive Director, again from the logistics.
Okay.
And now if I show you for another client, let's say in the finance industry, since you mentioned about it. So this CA Nana Panjwani, yeah, this one. Even if you look at her engagement, so let's just go to the show all. I'm not going to the likes, I'm only showing you the comments part right now. Look at this. It's recent. Rajit, he's a founder at Got Acquisition. This Nikita Singh is a CA. Aman Shah is a consultant into the market research and financial markets. Kritika Kapoor again into the market and financial research. Tushar Amisa is again a CA. And there is no similarity between these engagement and the Anujarya's engagement.
Right, okay.
That's how we build your brand. So it's not a one-time job, we know, right? And the moment you end the contract with us at any time, your engagement will not gonna fall to zero. That is our guarantee.
Okay. My question for you is, so again, because you mentioned that 6 posts a week is something that we can look at. But right now, because I'm already spending a lot of money at a lot of places, right? And I'm also trying to grow my Instagram channel. And I have an agency working for that. They are the ones who manage LinkedIn as well, but I understand that LinkedIn, I will need to have like another set of experts who basically know LinkedIn inside out and have like a dedicated strategy specifically for it. So my question for you is there an option where we reduce the number of posts and can we then work around the commercials?
Uh, to answer this question, can you tell me what are your expectations? Forget about the number of posts.
So if I were to be very honest with you right now, I think I can, to begin with, I can do like a 10K a month. And then going forward, obviously, if I see the engagement, if I see that I'm benefiting, not in terms of, see again, conversion, I know it will take time. So I'm not saying that get me 2 to 3 leads every month. But even if I see that, people are engaging, there are a few likes, see 3, 4 likes, so I'm also getting from my existing network, right? Because I do have like whatever 900 now people, and I also started posting randomly. I mean, I just went on ChatGPT, asked ChatGPT to write post for me, and social media any which way creates like carousels and a lot of other posts. So whatever that I feel is a little professional, I do put it on LinkedIn. I myself go on LLM and I also create like a lot of these, mind maps and tools, other things. So what I'm trying to say is it's just that I'm not being able to be regular at it, and I don't understand the exact strategy of keywords or the way you said engagement or commenting and stuff. I think that's time consuming. So, having said that, I think for the first 3 months at least, I would be comfortable with that amount. And then going forward, I don't mind, revisiting this.
So do you want to do a like month-on-month contract or a 3-month contract?
See, a month on month would definitely be helpful to me. Yeah,
And how soon do you want to start?
we can start now. I mean, now as in today is 21st, right? So we can start from September. Yeah. 1st September.
See, I can do one thing. Right now in this call, if you take the decision, we can go ahead with 10K. I can work around some numbers, right? Numbers as in like how many posts we need to do. So instead of slowing down the number, I can work around it because at the end of the day, I have to deliver the results as well, right?
Yes.
So I'm not
Correct.
gonna, maybe I'm not gonna reduce the number from 6 to 5 or to 4. At the same time, I'm not gonna reduce the numbers of the engagement as well. But one thing that I need from your end is like if you can take the decision on this call.
This will be inclusive of GST, right? Because I do have a GST number. No?
It is
So it's 10
expected
plus
yes.
GST.
10 plus GST, yes.
Okay.
You can go ahead with without GST, that is completely your call. But if you want to go with GST, then that will be
I
plus
would
GST.
need an invoice. Yeah, I would need it. But because see, the thing is, I'll make the payment using my company ID,
If it, so you have to go
right?
ahead with the GST only. Or
Because
you can
I mean,
talk to
if
your
you have
CA. You can talk
no,
to your
so
CA.
it depends. Yeah, yeah. So I'll tell you what I'm doing for my other social media agency. They have two entities. So one is GST registered and the second is non-GST registered. And because they are not registered in GST, they themselves don't charge me GST. So I do make the payment using my company account, and then they give me an invoice, which is that kacha wala invoice. It's not GST invoice.
Works. हाँ मतलब even in that case I'm going to give you a non-registered GST account so you can make the payment मगर वो सिर्फ आपको ना अपने CA से एक बार कंसल्ट कर लेना चाहिए क्योंकि what happens ना कि मतलब you have to show कि why you are paying them from your company's account तो वो कंसल्टेंसी में वो वाला पार्ट आ जाता है फिर वहाँ पर तो
Understood. But would you be able to give me like a kacha invoice?
वो
Iska?
तो I will यार no problem about it
हाँ ठीक है देन आई विल हैव टू चेक टीसीएस लगेगा या नहीं मोस्टली तो नहीं लगेगा 10K है तो नहीं लगेगा
TDS में
बट लेट मी
अगर यार
चेक
टैक्स लगेगा भी तो मतलब डजेंट मैटर ना, वो तो
That's
आप
so you
बीच
can,
में आप पे
yeah,
कर
yeah,
ही
वो
लेंगे।
तो आपको exactly, yeah, okay, okay.
वो तो नॉट अ बिग प्रॉब्लम। यू टेल मी, लाइक इफ यू टेक अ डिसीजन ऑन दिस कॉल, सॉरी,
Sure, I can, but I just have one question.
क्या?
Will you be able to, will you be able to, I understand you don't work on guarantees, but at least can you give me like a ballpark key if we start working together on this in 3 months? Because I'm considering that we'll at least work for 3 months. उसके पहले मैं नहीं decide करूँगी कि नहीं करना है. So if we start working for 3 months,
लेट्स लेट्स बी
what?
ऑनेस्ट है, ठीक है, मैं आपको ना कोई फॉल्स क्लेम्स और ये सब नहीं देना चाहता, मार्केट में देखो कोई गारंटी नहीं होती है, ठीक है। सो मैं आपको ना यहाँ पे पहले देखो चीजें क्लियर कर देता हूँ। अनुज
Okay.
का केस और मैं आपको नैना दोनों का केस दिखाने वाला हूँ, ठीक है। देन यू डिसाइड द डिसीजन ऑन योर ओन कि वेदर यू वांट टू गो हेड और नॉट। तो अनुज
No,
का,
no, what I'm asking, you
हाँ
know
पता,
my
मैं आपको
industry.
impressions का ही बता रहा हूँ, मैं आपको impressions का ही बता रहा हूँ, ठीक है। आई नो व्हाट्स योर क्वेश्चन इज। देखो मैंने आपको कहा था कि वी स्टार्टेड वर्किंग विद अनुज आर्या फ्रॉम द फेब्रुवरी, राइट? सो यू लुक एट द ग्राफ, हमने फेब्रुवरी से ही काम स्टार्ट किया, उससे पहले ही देखो ये सारा जीरो है,
Okay.
ठीक है। नाउ व्हेन वी स्टार्टेड वर्किंग इन द फेब्रुवरी, यू कैन सी क्लियरली सी कि ये फेब्रुवरी से एकदम से आपका ग्राफ पिकअप होना स्टार्ट हुआ है, एंड नाउ इट हैज गॉन टू द नेक्स्ट लेवल। तो फेब्रुवरी से आज अगस्त, आई थिंक 7 मंथ्स होने वाले हैं कंप्लीट, मतलब अभी तो मोटा मोटा 6 मंथ्स ही हुआ है, अगस्त कंप्लीट हुआ है, 7 मंथ्स हो जाएंगे। तो 6 मंथ्स में वी हैव रिसीव दिस मच अमाउंट ऑफ रिस्पॉन्स,
Okay.
ठीक है। एंड देन इफ आई टॉक अबाउट नैना, तो मैं आपको उसका भी एग्जांपल दिखा देता हूँ नैना का।
नहीं बट इनके फॉलोअर्स कितने हुए हैं मतलब फ्रॉम
तो
380
चारों का
9580
जीरो
टू
से काम स्टार्ट किया था, ठीक है। फ्रॉम जीरो आज टुडे आई थिंक ही इज सिटिंग एट 3000 प्लस फॉलोवर्स। आने जा रहे हैं या 3099 फॉलोवर्स
got it.
फ्रॉम स्क्रैच, ठीक है। अब नैना का एक बार देख लेते हैं, मतलब दीज आर ऑल द लिंक्डइन अकाउंट्स दैट वी आर हैंडलिंग राइट नाउ। इसमें नैना, नैना इज राइट ओवर हियर। टेक्स कपल ऑफ मिनट्स, या it's done. So we are in the Nana's profile now, ठीक है। The past 28 days, she has got 6,400 impressions. In the past 90 days, she has got 77,000 impressions.
Okay.
So this is how LinkedIn works. मतलब हमारा तो देखो यार, एंड गोल हमें पता है कि we have to get to the impressions anyhow. We have to get to the right kind of people on your account, right? सो उसके लिए थोड़ा सा टाइम लगता है, विच इज नॉट अ वन वन नाइट जॉब। तो इसमें इट विल टेक टाइम बट विल डेफिनेटली गेट टू द रिजल्ट्स, मगर हम कोई भी ऐसी एक्टिविटी आपके लिंक्डइन पे नहीं करेंगे जो बेसिकली आपके लिंक्डइन अकाउंट को हार्म करेगी। सो दैट इज नॉट समथिंग दैट वी आर गोइंग टू डू।
Okay, understood. So no bots, that's what you're trying to say. I mean, we
और
won't buy
ऐसे
anything.
ही बता रहा हूँ, ये सारी बात आपको तो पता भी नहीं थी, मतलब मैं चाहता तो मैं कर सकता था।
नहीं मुझे बॉट्स के मैसेजेस आते हैं.
हम नहीं करते यार, ये बिल्कुल हम ना इग्नोर करते हैं सब
I
चीज़ें।
mean बहुत सारे you also know how this industry works. तो बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं 10,000 फॉलोअर्स का इतना है इसका इतना है तो
देखो मैं
वहाँ
आपसे
पे
यार
बस.
10,000 रुपये ले लूंगा, ठीक है, मुझे आप 2 महीने दोगे, 3 महीने दोगे, चौथे महीने ना आप मेरे को ना गालियां दे रहे हो कि भाई इसने मेरा पूरा काम खराब कर दिया। तो वो चीज नहीं चाहता अगर चलना इस बिजनेस में यार, मतलब एक ही है, मैं भी एजेंसी से वर्क करता हूँ ना, तो मेरे को एक ही चीज करनी लगती है कि यार कुछ शॉर्ट टर्म मनी के लिए ना लोग रिलेशन बहुत जल्दी खराब कर देते हैं, एंड देन दे डोंट सी द वैल्यू ऑफ द लॉन्ग टर्म रिलेशंस, व्हिच आई बिलीव कि यार थोड़ा पैसा कम कमा लो, सामने से साफ ही बता दो ना, आप झूठ बोल प्रॉमिसेस ही मत करो, नहीं कर सकते तो नहीं कर सकते, और अगर क्लाइंट को वही चाहिए तो आपको पता लग गया, फिर आप क्लाइंट को वही ऑफर कर दो। बट व्हेन क्लाइंट इज स्मार्ट एनफ कि भाई मेरे को ये बॉट्स नहीं चाहिए, तो क्लाइंट विल ऑलवेजली अंडरस्टैंड कि हाउ थिंग्स वर्क ऑन इट। So that is what we do. This is the reason why.
ऑर्गेनिक. I'll be very honest with you, I'm a huge organic fan. मैंने जो 8 क्लाइंट्स है ना उसमें से जो 5 है वो ऑर्गेनिक आए हैं. मेरे सिर्फ 3 मेटा ऐड से आए हैं तो बाकी तो रेफरल से आए हैं इंस्टाग्राम से आए हैं और वो सारे ऑर्गेनिक ही है. तो आई एम अ ह्यूज फैन ऑफ good quality stuff कि once you have that and somebody sees it if they resonate तो 100% उनका प्रॉब्लम है अगर हमारे पास सोल्यूशन है तो क्यों नहीं क्लोज होगा वो तो होगा ही.
ऑर्गेनिक रिजल्ट से आप मतलब आपका ब्रांड बन चुका है ना, तो अब जब ब्रांड बन गया तो लोग तो आप पे वैसे भी ट्रस्ट करेंगे ही करेंगे, क्योंकि दे आर सर्चिंग, यू आर कमिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ देम, तो माइंड में परसेप्शन वही है ना, क्या सर्च किया, ये बंदा सामने आ गया तो मतलब ये बंदा बहुत अच्छा होगा, दैट इज द परसेप्शन,
ओके।
दैट्स हाउ थिंग्स वर्क।
और मंथली बेसिस पे करेंगे ना?
सॉरी।
How will the payment work? Like advance is the first week of every month.
फर्स्ट मतलब, चलो ठीक है, मतलब अभी तो आप जो उसको क्लोज करोगे वो तो आज ही क्लोज करोगे, बट हाँ फ्रॉम द नेक्स्ट सेकंड मंथ ऑनवर्ड्स फर्स्ट वीक ऑफ एवरी मंथ विल वर्क।
Okay.
मतलब आप मेरे को एक डेट बता देना, बाय दिस डेट यू आर गोइंग टू मेक द पेमेंट, सो वी आर कंप्लीटली फाइन विद इट।
Okay. ठीक है, I understand guarantee नहीं है, but I really hope that आप just because we've like negotiated the price, I hope we are not compromising on the quality or the content or
क्वालिटी में
the
ना
quality.
प्रोसेस क्या रहेगा, एटलीस्ट वन कॉल तो आपके हर वीक में हो गया हमारे साथ।
Okay.
ठीक है, वन डेडिकेटेड कॉल। अगर आपको और कॉल्स करनी है तो देयर विल बी डेडिकेटेड पीओसी, आप कर सकते हो, मगर एटलीस्ट वन कॉल हो गया। वो हम वन कॉल ना इसलिए करते हैं जस्ट टू टेल यू कि हमने इस हफ्ते क्या किया, क्या नहीं किया, क्या अचीव नहीं किया, एंड देन योर फीडबैक, कि अगर हम कुछ मिस कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि यार आपके बिजनेस को आपसे बेटर कोई नहीं जान सकता, राइट? तो वी नीड योर ओपिनियन फॉर श्योर, वी नीड योर फीडबैक फॉर श्योर। सो वी डोंट
Yeah.
वेट कि हमने मंथ के एंड में बोला यार ये किया, इससे ये रिजल्ट नहीं आया, ये कैसे रिजल्ट नहीं आया, वो बातें खराब करने वाली बात होती है। हर वीक बैठेंगे एटलीस्ट एक बार पीओसी के साथ, मैं भी आ जाऊंगा कॉल्स के ऊपर, देन वी विल डिस्कस कि क्या हुआ क्या नहीं हुआ, एंड देन योर फीडबैक, एंड दैट्स हाउ वी चेंज द स्ट्रेटेजी इमीडिएटली।
Oh,
तो हम पूरे महीने का वेट नहीं करते स्ट्रेटेजी चेंज करने का।
understood. Okay.
ठीक है, बट हाँ मुझे आपके साइड से फोटोज चाहिए होंगी ब्रांड बनाने के लिए।
मेरे फोटोज हैं। ओके, अंडरस्टैंड।
ठीक है, वो तो
ठीक
आपके
है।
पास डेफिनेटली होंगी, मेरे पास
प्रोफेशनल
बिल्कुल
में
भी नहीं है। बट स्टिल मैनेज, बट आपके पास तो होंगी। तो यहाँ दैट इज वन थिंग दैट इज रिक्वायर्ड फ्रॉम योर एंड। और फोटोज में भी ना प्रोफेशनल फोटोज नहीं चाहिए सारी, वी नीड अ मिक्स ऑफ प्रोफेशनल एंड कैजुअल्स, क्योंकि लिंक्डइन में जितना आप ट्रू रख सकते हो अपने आप को, उतना आपको अच्छे रिजल्ट्स आते हैं।
गॉट इट। ओके।
तो सारी प्रोफेशनल
और
फोटोज।
मैं तो ब्रांड बिल्ड कर रही हूँ, तो मतलब बाकी कोचेस की तरह नहीं होगा वैसे। तो मैं ब्रांड के पेज को प्रमोट करूँ या पर्सनल ब्रांडिंग ही करूँ?
लिंक्डइन वर्क ही नहीं करता ब्रांड पेज पर। आप किसी
पर
भी
करेगा।
सीईओ को भी देखोगे ना, कोई कोई भी आप सीईओ उठा लो लिंक्डइन के ऊपर, एवरी वन ऑफ देम आर एक्टिव थ्रू देयर पर्सनल प्रोफाइल्स, नॉट विद देयर कंपनी पेजेस, क्योंकि लिंक्डइन के
ओके।
एल्गोरिथम पुशेस मोर कंटेंट फ्रॉम योर पर्सनल पर्सनल प्रोफाइल अदर देन योर कंपनी पेजेस।
गॉट इट। ओके ओके, अंडरस्टैंड। ठीक है, फेयर। ओके। एंड वन मोर थिंग, मुझे क्या करना होगा अपार्ट फ्रॉम दीज कॉल्स? एनीथिंग एल्स? एंड पिक्चर्स ऑफ कोर्स, एनीथिंग एल्स दैट आई हैव टू प्रोवाइड?
Yes, you have to provide the answer to the questionnaire that we are going to create for you. That is a one
Okay,
time.
my question, yeah, I understand it's a one-time thing, but my question is because this brand is also growing, right? And just in case if we decide to change the target audience or strategy or kuch bhi, uh, we will have that flexibility to make that amendment in the profile itself, right?
अभी
क्योंकि
अभी
मैंने अभी मेरा 10 बार चेंज किया है। हाँ।
नो प्रॉब्लम, तभी मैंने आपको कहा कि हम हर वीक में कॉल करते हैं, बाकी अगर आपके कुछ
ओके
फीडबैक होगा तो वी वर्क ऑन इट, तो उसमें आपका ऑल दीज थिंग गेट्स कवर्ड।
Okay, understood.
यस।
ठीक है. And one last question is content. So I will understand through Trello that how many posts are there, how many you've posted, and I can review it also. Engagement ka, how will I get access to, or how will I know
एंगेजमेंट
that?
में व्हाट वी विल डू बिफोर वी इवन स्टार्ट द एंगेजमेंट, इसमें
हाँ.
वी विल बी शेयरिंग this kind of sheet with you,
Okay.
okay, wherein there will be columns like date, author, posting, keyword, comment, and then the other columns are there which will be relevant to you, but you can still have a look at it, and then the status mark. So whenever we do any commenting through your account, we mark it as posted, so you can see what has been posted and what hasn't been posted. So you can keep a track of all of
Okay. Okay.
this.
Got it. Okay. So maybe on a weekly basis, I can like also look at this,
ये तो
and we can
that
review
is
it.
completely your call ना, डेली करना है आप डेली कर सकते हो, वीकली करना है आप वीकली कर सकते हो।
ओके, अंडरस्टैंड। ठीक है। ओके।
दैट इज कम्प्लीटली योर कॉल, मतलब हम तो आपके साथ एडवांस में शेयर करते हैं ये सब कुछ। ऐसा नहीं है कि हमने करने के बाद शेयर किया है, करने से पहले भी शेयर विद यू, वी टेक योर फीडबैक एंड देन वी स्टार्ट वर्किंग।
Got it. Okay. Okay.
यस, मतलब कुछ
Just
भी
one
पहले तो आपकी
question, one
परमिशन
last
की जाए।
question. हाँ, अभी तो हम मंथ ऑन मंथ कर रहे हैं. Let's say hypothetically 2-3 months के बाद we realize that this is good and it's working in the direction that we are hoping for. Engagement हो रहा है, followers आ रहे हैं. Would you then consider having like a longer term contract, maybe advance payment, and then looking at the GST component where it's yeah.
यस, वी कैन, तब तक तो आई थिंक हमारा ट्रस्ट भी बिल्डअप हो जाएगा, एंड देन यू आल्सो गेट टू नो कि हम कितना रिजल्ट डिलीवर कर पा रहे हैं, इवन वी गेट टू नो अबाउट कि आपके साथ हमारा कितना सही काम चल पा रहा है, राइट? सो एट दैट टाइम वी कैन डू द लॉन्ग टर्म कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एज वेल व्हेनेवर यू फील लाइक, मतलब अगर आपको 1 मंथ के बाद भी लगता है कि ठीक है यार,
हाँ,
ग्रोइंग
वो तो
सो है
करने
तो
की जरूरत नहीं है, आई अंडरस्टैंड. ठीक है, डन. ऑलराइट. Okay, so can you send me a PI? And आज तो my accounts team must have left. I can make the payment कल. Is that okay? कुछ एडवांस दे देती हूँ आपको.
हाँ हाँ, वही मैं आपको बोलने वाला था कि आप सीट लोग कर दो, कि मैं आपको टू बी ऑनेस्ट बहुत फ्रेंकली बता रहा हूँ, तेजस्वी से मतलब आप बहुत हाई चार्ज कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? मैं ये फर्स्ट डील है जो मैं इतने लोअर प्राइस में कर रहा हूँ, अदरवाइज मैंने आज तक कोई भी डील इस साल में इस प्राइस में नहीं करी है।
But
तो
see, I'm here for the long term
हाँ, मतलब दैट इज
relationship.
फाइन,
Trust.
दैट इज फाइन। मगर मैं आपको सिर्फ ये चीज़ बोला था कि आप सीट लोग आज ही कर लो, क्योंकि मैं आपको मतलब मैंने आपको ये ऑफर तभी दिया है कि आप आज अगर डिसीजन ले सकते हो तो ही मैं आपके साथ प्रोसीड कर रहा हूँ, अदरवाइज मेरे लिए भी प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी। तो आप सीट लोग कर लो, रेस्ट पेमेंट आप कल कर देना, एंड whenever you want to start paying from 1st September or before that, you just let me know the date. मैं
Sorry, what
तो
did
आपका
you say? I'm
सॉरी,
sorry. I missed out. I missed out on the whole thing. What did you say?
आई एम सेइंग कि
PI.
हाँ, सीट तो आप आज लोग कर लो, ठीक है? रेस्ट पेमेंट आप कल कर देना, और उसके बाद जब भी आपको whenever you want to kick off the things, let's say from 1st September or maybe from any day of this month, तो we can start immediately। मैं ग्रुप आपका आज ही क्रिएट कर दूंगा व्हाट्सएप पर विद द पीओसी, ठीक है?
तो
there
हम start कर सकते हैं. I mean, I thought that just because first is better for us to consider like the billing
नहीं,
cycle.
ठीक है ना यार,
अच्छा,
मतलब
वैसे नहीं.
ऐसे कर लेंगे ना, मतलब 10 days का आप हमें अलग से पे कर देना ना।
हाँ, I'm okay with that. ठीक है. Okay.
मतलब अगर आपको स्टार्ट करना ही है तो वाई टू वेट इवन फॉर 10 days ना, फिर आजकल से स्टार्ट कर लेते हैं तो आप वहाँ पे 10 days का एक्स्ट्रा पे करना, दैट्स कम्प्लीटली फाइन। फिर आप
Okay,
लोगों को
चलेगा.
मंथली बिलिंग साइकिल फर्स्ट से स्टार्ट हो जाएगा,
Okay, ठीक है.
ठीक है? तो आई एम गोइंग टू रेज द इनवॉइस, किसके मतलब आपके नाम पे कर दूं, खुशबू मोदी या
नहीं,
फिर?
नहीं, नहीं, I'll send you the details.
ठीक है, आप मेरे को
I'll
नेम
send you
भेज
the
दो।
company.
हाँ, यू हैव माय व्हाट्सएप नंबर, मेरे को नेम भेज दो, एंड आई गोना सेंड यू द इनवॉइस नाउ, and then you just make the whatever amount you can make today, and then the rest tomorrow, and then we will kick off things maybe from Monday. Works?
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Okay.
Monday
Nice
sounds
talking to
good.
you, and I'm waiting for the message.
Sure, absolutely. You will have to send me. So I will send you the company details. Uh, you will have to send me a PI for me to make an advance payment.
PIS
Proforma invoice.
या इनवॉइस ना? हाँ हाँ, ठीक है, वो तो आ जाएगा।
Okay, ठीक है.
ओके, थैंक
आप
यू।
उसमें क्या लिखते हैं? मार्केटिंग, एडवर्टाइजिंग, what do you put?
इन द सर्विसेज पार्ट,
हाँ.
डायरेक्टली मेंशन करते रहेंगे, कंटेंट मैनेजमेंट, लिंक्डइन ब्रांड बिल्डिंग, इट कम्स अंडर द मार्केटिंग सर्विसेज ओनली।
हाँ, हाँ, ओके. ठीक है, चलेगा, आई गेस. ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम. ठीक है, थैंक यू.
थैंक यू, नाइस डे एंड वेलकम टू इट।
थैंक यू.